Got the fender mocked up. Got the tray just sitting in there. Went ahead and put my tape down for where the battery sits on the frame. I'm just going to use my chair, sit the battery there, and then I can mock up alternator wire, frame, frame ground. I'm going to ground to the chassis there and to the fender, and then figure out my power wires for my alternator and all that. So, all right, let's do this thing. Chose to actually mount a bolt to the frame and weld it. I already checked continuity. I'm good from here. Checked here to the frame to the steering rack, so we should have very good continuity and a good ground to go from here to the battery to ground the whole frame out. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, got the starter wire ran. I'm going to use the stock one just because it's long and I can change it later if I need to. And then I grounded the engine here on the block right next to the head. I guess if I really had to or wanted to, I could probably ground it to the head if I wanted to. I could do that if I needed to, but I think we're pretty good. Beautiful overcast day today, so pull the engine and transmission out so I could run my transmission lines. I don't know if you guys can see, but got them in back there hooked up. Also down in the firewall here, a little bit on the frame. Exhaust should clear now, but a small opening, 2.5 inch exhaust, there's just not enough room to get the transmission line. So you can either run it something like this up and over to the front or out the back. Maybe mount it, I don't know, somewhere over here, somewhere underneath. Got to figure that out. Finally got my grommets in the mail, so now I can put my grommet back there. And I actually painted a panel, cut out a panel, made a panel for this. Got my riv nuts in. Ordered some more of the sleeving. That's for the starter wire. Yeah, I got to figure out how I'm gonna run these transmission lines, and then cut out the holes for the firewall for the wiring and start hooking up the wiring. So I'm gonna jump on that. See you guys when I get something figured out. Alright, later. Boom. Intake off. I would definitely suggest leaving intake off to the very end. Every time I put it back on, I can take it off. So, transmission lines with the covering. Went ahead and hooked up oil sensor, cam sensor, knock sensor. Got everything pushed back. Odd side wiring, even side wiring, and got my what is this? Whatever sensor this is. Crank sensor. Crank sensor on. Yeah, crank sensor. So, intake back on. Run the rest of the wiring. And yeah, that should be it. Moving right along on this beautiful day. So, let's get back to work. I'm sure this is a flattering angle, but I'm under the truck working on the exhaust. So, I got this one, passenger side. I got a little angle coming in, and hopefully that'll work out perfect to come in straight under here. And on the driver's side, I got it all ready to go, tucked up under the frame, pretty much parallel, about 3/4 of an inch gap under here. So I just got to get that angle because I don't have a tubing bender. Get that bent down, straight pipe back out, boom, and we are all good to go. So yeah, Oh man, exhaust is, it's not done, but it's pretty close to being done. Just waiting on for that piece to come in. I gotta weld that one, finish welding that cut I had to put in to try and get around the frame and the transmission. Not the prettiest weld, but yeah. Go ahead and finish welding that thing out. Possibly weld this driver's side and go from there. Alright everybody, really good update today. So, let's go to the driver's side first. As you can see, headers are on, torqued. Spark plug wires. Spark plugs are in. All that's good. Everything's down. Just have to put the steering piece in. Intake is back on and torqued down. Got the power wire ran from the alternator over. And I actually mounted the old distribution thing per se from the Tahoe. So I'll just put a O-ring connector there. Boom, boom, boom. Nice and easy. On the passenger side, same thing. Header torque down. Oh yeah, gaskets in on both sides. Wires, plugs are in. Everything's connected. All of the Holley harness is connected up here. Got the drive-by wire. Got my new, I think they call it a mat. Yeah, mat sensor. Air intake temperature. Got that in there. Oh, this is the other big thing. Got the O2 sensor hooked up. Running back there. That sensor's hooked in. Coolant temperature sensors hooked up. All the stuff on the back, oil and knock and something else is hooked up. All the ignition stuff's hooked up. All the ignition header bolts are in. The sensor, the crank sensor is hooked up. Exhaust is hooked up, wideband O2. Yeah, everything's hooked up, man. We're like ready to go inside and start wiring and get all that stuff figured out. So, not an ideal grommet, but I got the grommet in there. Got the transmission harness right here. Got the major power harness right here. Got the Holley ECU harness right here. Got the throttle. Oh, yeah, got the throttle installed. Boom, boom, boom. Throttle's installed. Got those wires run. There's the man. Oh yeah, freaking America! Hell yeah, brother, America! So, got all that installed. Let me jump down here on my creeper and show you guys underneath the exhaust. Oh man. Alright guys, here we are underneath looking at the exhaust. Bam. That is passenger side. Exhaust comes right out by the trans brace. Same thing on the driver's side. Now, passenger side is a little bit lower. Had an issue with the angle. I don't have a bender, but if you guys look up there, O2 sensors right there. Great placement, bends down, good clearance all around. Anywhere from a quarter to whatever on this side. Same thing on that side. Oh, yep. So, what I think I might do, obviously I'm going to leave this for first startup. Put some clamps, because both of these will come off. Both of the exhaust extensions will come off right now. I think I'm just going to put some clamps on them for first startup and let it self-tune or whatever. And then I'll either put a muffler here on both sides and then just straight turn it down, and it'll still be under the cab some ways. So I may come over from this point, from the driver's side, and tee over to the passenger side, and then go straight back that way, straight out, and put an exit out there, because obviously gas tank's here, so I can't exit that side, can't do like true dual and go back and whatever. I mean, if I just come out of this, come over, tie into here, then I'll be good. But for getting this thing started, yeah, I'm gonna put fluids in it and start wiring the inside. That'll be another day. So I'll see you guys later.